Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Albums and Memories, where I talk about the my the albums I have in my CD collection, and I talk about the memories I have about them. Now today we're gonna look at two CDs as usual in most cases on the show, so we're gonna talk about two of them, Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2. I'm gonna be completely honest. Out of all the Led Zeppelin albums I have, I have every Led Zeppelin album up to Physical Graffiti. Out of all of them, these are the two I listen to the least. And here's the thing: with Led Zeppelin, it was a long winding road. It wasn't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I started listening to them when I was in high school. Uh, Listening to them on the regular on high school, but in terms of unlike the okay, so I knew about Led Zeppelin when I was in elementary school because there was a classmate of mine who always wore a Led Zeppelin shirt. He had a Led Zeppelin shirt, and I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. And then I started hearing songs like Whole Lot of Love and all that, and I just wanted to, and occasionally I'll just listen to a couple of Led Zeppelin songs like Black Dog. um, at one point, I did hear about Rock and Roll. I think that's the title. It was the second song from their fourth album. Um, but I didn't. It was more of an occasional listen to, and that was that. And then when I started working at my job in 2014, I decided to impress somebody secretly by not only wearing oversized Led Zeppelin shirts, mostly because I wanted to impress this girl, but it was more of an infatuation, and it's like, oh well, it just passed. So what happened was I decided, I have these oversized Led Zeppelin shirts because I was a lot heavier back then. It's like, why don't I just listen to a couple of their albums? And so began in 2014, mid 2014 more or less. I bought I bought two albums at a time, like the first two and then the next two and then the next two. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't hear much about on this album. I don't listen to these albums just like the last episode of the first and third Red Hot Chili Peppers episode. I don't listen to these two albums at all. In fact, I think they got pretty much better with their third album. People are like, oh, their fourth album is where they really got good. But personally, the third album is my personal favorite because it explored things that you know, I'll get to that when I get to that eventually. But these two albums, I mean, here's the thing. I remember trying to listen to all the Led Zeppelin albums that I have, and I started with these two, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. So I listened to the first one, obviously all the way through, and I'm like, okay, this is okay. I can only get through like three or four songs. Like I like Dazed and Confused enough. I really like Dazed and Confused, and like Good Times, Bad Times, and a couple of songs are like, and I kind of lose interest part way because after Dazed and Confused, I'm like, uh. But then again, I haven't listened to this album or this album in since I got it and bought it. I spun these two albums about five times and then I moved on. Like this one, I got the least amount of enjoyment out of it. I know it's not a bad album. It's just not doing anything for me from what I heard. Same with this, except it was a little bit more. I could stand it a little bit more because it was like I could stand it in terms of trying to get all the way through it. Like in the with the first album here, I got like three or four songs in and I kind of lose interest. But then this album, I got through four or five songs before I started losing interest, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe let this maybe I know they got better, but it's like whatever. And so after a few more albums, I'm like, okay, I'm totally convinced. Like these two kind of made me think maybe I shouldn't really buy any more Led Zeppelin albums and just move on to I don't know, Radiohead albums I want or Red Hot Chili Pepper albums I haven't gotten yet. And then it's like, okay, I'll just give these guys a chance and buy the next two albums, and the next two albums are pretty damn good, better than these two, to the point where they sit in my collection here, pretty much collecting dust. Occasionally I'll pick it up and think, should I listen to this? I'm like, no, I'll listen to like anything between Led Zeppelin 3 and Physical Graffiti. Um, yeah, it's been what? Well, it's been several years since I listened to these, but I remember the memories of just, going to work before I just decided to just wear black shirt and just, wore rock band shirts. Like I had a Nirvana T-shirt, somewhere. Uh, I had had a couple of Led Zeppelin shirts, so I can actually like go forth like impressing this person. And again, infatuation, but time went on, and I was like, maybe it's like this is like me trying to be a little bit more heterosexual. But it turned out like, no, I can embrace my bisexuality, I guess. But in terms of these two, I know that there are people out there who will like defend these albums, and I know that it's like I understand if you like these albums. I'm not taking that away from you. In fact, I pretty much like Led Zeppelin, even though I'm wearing a My Chemical Romance shirt. I really like Led Zeppelin. It's just that these two albums do not much for me. Well, this one more than this one because I could like go through this one a little bit more. This one, this one is pretty much like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't even want to compare because that's not fair to compare the Red Hot Chili Peppers to Led Zeppelin. But these two albums, I don't have much of enjoyment out of them. Like again, the memories I have about these two, not much memories about these two. It's no, not much. But yeah, it's again, if you like these albums, I'm not taking that away from you. I don't have much memories about these albums except for one day a few years ago when uh, somebody from another department of ours came by to talk to us about a startup meeting, and then he saw my Led Zeppelin shirt, and I'm like, "Oh, you're a Led Zeppelin." He's like, "Oh, nice shirt." And I'm like, nodding. I don't usually talk at work, but I'm like to him, and everybody's just looking at my shirt like, "I don't know what that is." I was like, "I don't care," and we just moved on. So it was just like I got that one moment of a cool shirt, and unbeknownst to me, I accidentally bought two of the same shirts. The one the one that had that Lightman, the one you see in the booklet of the fourth album, which is untitled. But I accidentally bought two of them, and it was pretty fine. The only memories I actually have right now is me trying to listen to this album while I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas a couple of years ago, and I remember being very, very, very tired to the point where when I took a shower later on that day, I could barely keep my eyes open, and then my whole body smelled a bit off. And then my sister decided to like smell my body, like smell me, and was like, "Wait a minute, did you use soap or shampoo?" And I'm like, "Oh," because I was bathing my because I instead of soap I used shampoo accidentally. I was so tired. Probably not because of these two albums. It's just that I was really tired. I just remember the last time I listened to this all the way through, I was just really, really tired. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. And thank you for watching another episode of Albums and Memories, and I will see you another time. Take care.